Hello, Holy Cross community. This is Father Gerasimos once again reaching out to you. And it is always a joy, as I've said before, and it is a blessing to be speaking to you. I sit here today as I'm protecting my knee. As in my previous video, you saw me with crutches, and but I'm healing well with the help of God. I'm down to one crutch and walking around with that very well. And behind me is the icon, or the miraculous icon of the life-giving font in which many people are being healed by Panagia, which reflects the miracles of Panagia at the Balokli in Constantinople. Today I want to talk about healing, as I'm experiencing healing myself. And 2 weeks ago I was under the guidance of the doctor, and my leg was all swollen, and now I'm back to more or less walking again, and I'm grateful to God for the healing that has occurred. You ever thought about healing? How we don't do much to heal, basically, and that healing is already genetically in us from God, and we basically heal. And yes, we do get assistance from doctors who are blessed by God, and yes, the church believes in doctors, and we need to turn to doctors for assistance on these things. But the actual healing process is something that it is in us, and we have a scratch on our arms, or we cut ourselves, and slowly the things mend. So how beautiful God is, not just simply made us perfect and beautiful in our bodies, but also He has the healing reality in us. So I'm thinking about, as my knee is healing and getting back to normal. Yes, it was operated and intervention by human beings, but again, how things fall in place in the body. And many times we think about the soul and the body being so different, and the same thing is true with our souls as with our bodies. Both are created, and therefore we should not have imaginary thoughts about what the soul is. And the soul is created, and therefore it has limitations. And just like the body, when it gets hurt, it needs time for healing. The same way, when the soul gets hurt, the soul might get hurt because of different events, because of death of loved ones, because of events of divorce and or betrayal, or deep sadness. If our souls are sick, it takes time for our souls to heal. And we should not expect that our souls, because there are something of spiritual nature, that automatically we will be turning on and off. And I say this to bring comfort to you if you're struggling with something, that do not let people say, oh, just get over it and so forth. It takes time for healing to occur. But we have to realize that healing does occur not just simply with time, but with God, who is healing us in time. So time does not heal us, but God heals in time. We also have to realize that many times healing does not occur when there is an infection, and the infection prevents the healing, in fact makes the wound and the healing process much more delayed. Same thing is true with our souls. When we're suffering because of some event in our lives and there is a wound in our heart, for whatever reason, the devil will come and try to infect our wound, either by excessive sorrow, not normal sorrow, but excessive sorrow, or other things like jealousies or anger or hatred or bitterness that comes and infects our wounded soul. The devil comes to do that. And if our souls are infected, then the healing process does not occur. So my good people, we have to be careful and always be close to God, so that God will clean the wound of our souls and allow for healing to happen. So I say these things for those who are suffering because of their souls are suffering because of some illness of the soul. Make sure that we know that it takes time. Number 2, it's God working in time. And number 3 is also that we don't allow for our souls to be infected by anything that is sinful and passion. We have to also realize that we have to turn to God for healing. But even there, turning to God, it means that we trust in His work in our lives. So for those who are suffering, I pray that God gives healing and strength to us and allow for the process of healing to occur in our lives. I did not expect my knee to heal as it did within 2 weeks' time, and it still is a process of healing and physical therapy. The same thing is true when people have struggled with something difficult in their lives. It takes time for things to go back in place. May God give us strength. Panagia, who is behind me, give us strength also and healing in our lives. And may we turn to this healing process to occur. Στέκομαι εδώ, μάλλον κάθομαι εδώ, γιατί είχα την εγχείρηση του γονάτου μου εδώ και 2 εβδομάδες και σκέφτομαι για τη θεραπεία και σιγά σιγά το πόδι μου θεραπεύεται. Ναι, μεν πήγα στο γιατρό, αλλά ο Θεός είναι αυτός που σιγά σιγά θεραπεύεται οι πληγές που έχουν γίνει από την εγχείρηση. Και σκέφτομαι ότι πώς ο Θεός όχι μόνο θεραπεύει το σώμα, αλλά θεραπεύει την ψυχή. Λέμε πολλές φορές για ψυχιάτρους και ναι μεν υπάρχει και η θέση για αυτούς, αλλά ο πραγματικός ιατρός των ψυχών είναι ο Θεός. Είναι ο πραγματικός ψυχίατρος, γιατί πνεύμα είναι η ψυχή, πνεύμα είναι ο Θεός. Και όπως το σώμα έτσι και η ψυχή χρειάζεται χρόνος για θεραπεία, έτσι και η ψυχή μας μπορεί να χρειαστεί χρόνος να θεραπευτούμε. Να προσοχή όμως να μην είναι καμία μόνηση, και η μόνηση για μας είναι όταν αφήνουμε κακές σκέψεις ή μίσους ή πολύ πίκρα στην καρδιά μας να κυριεύσει. Να θυμόμαστε ότι ο Σατανάς μας μισεί και έτσι δεν είναι απλώς μας φέρνει τις δυσκολίες της ζωής μας και τις πληγές στη ψυχή μας, αλλά επίσης μας φέρνει τύψεις και άλλα πράγματα που κάνουν ζημιά στη ψυχή μας και μολύνει την ψυχή μας και δεν επιτρέπει την θεραπεία και να ιατρεύεται κάτι που είναι ασθενής. Λοιπόν, ας στρέψουμε στο Χριστό για θεραπεία με υπομονή και έχοντας πίστη στο Θεό που σιγά σιγά με το πέρασμα του χρόνου, όχι μαγικά, αλλά με την επέμβαση του Χριστού, στο πέρασμα του χρόνου να μας θεραπεύει. Εύχομαι σε όλους να είναι υγιείς, εύχομαι ο Θεός να δίνει δύναμη σε αυτούς που υποφέρουν και καλό αγώνα το πνευματικό, γιατί η Εκκλησία μας είναι εδώ για τους ασθενούντες και του σώματος αλλά και της ψυχής. Ο Θεός πάντα μαζί σας. Αμήν.